Welcome back into the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton. Yes, sir. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the heck are you, sir?
I was doing well. Unfortunately, I got some bad news. My father-in-law had a stroke, so got to cut this show short today because I got to run to the hospital right afterwards. But as always, the fans come first. They always want to see the genius, so the show must go on.
You're something else. Yes,
Right.
best of wishes to your father-in-law. Let's get this thing hot and heavy here so we can get you out of here. No one really cares about baseball. We'll talk about the Yankees clearly and the Phillies as locals. I could really care less about the other ones. Delayed Tigers and Mariners, of course. The weather in those two locations usually suck. So ironically, you got a delayed game here. So who cares? Shout out to my dad going out to see his main man, pots and pans, on the bump tonight. Carlos Rodon. God bless my
He went up
father.
again.
Yeah, he's a crazy bastard. I don't know
Good
why he
for
keeps
him.
doing this to himself, but he's going. Hopefully they win tonight for him. He got his man on the bump tonight, Rodon, so I know he's excited to see him. So shout out to my father on his way to the game. Yankees have been horrifyingly bad. Aaron Judge, Mr. May. I've been in arguments plenty with people over the Yankees. I'm going to give you the floor shortly on it. This is your backyard as far as the Yankees. I could really care less because this is why. I get aggravated. It's the same story every season. Aaron Judge sucks in the postseason, has hits when it doesn't matter. Everyone's going to be, oh, look, he batted this, though. But don't worry. Every crucial big at-bat he had where it actually mattered the game, struck out and did something useless. I don't want to care. This guy sucks. As you said, Mr. May, it's what he is. By the way, bum of the week, Aaron Boone, Luke Weaver. Holy Toledo. Can we stop putting Luke Weaver in big spots? Like, how many times? My man, I could do it for a quarter of the price that Luke Weaver's making. I can freaking face six batters and allow six batters on.
Yeah, John Mayer can do that too.
Holy shit. Terrible.
Softball.
Yet we keep putting him in. Yet we keep putting this guy in big spots. Great job by Aaron Boone. And I like Luke Weaver. But you got to know a mindset of a relief pitcher. If they're in a bad spell, boy, that takes a lot to snap. And by the way, I'm not figuring it out in a big spot in the seventh inning continuously in these games with Luke Weaver. And yet we keep putting him in. I bet you have plenty to say. Floor's yours. This team sucks. I could really care less. I hope they win tonight for my father's sake. But this team sucks. Same shit, different year. Outside of last year's World Series, this team's been the same shit, different season, is literally what it's been. Last year was an outlier. Outside of that, they've been owned by freaking the Astros when they face elite pitching. And teams that just know how to play baseball. You have to put the ball in play, and you have to field. Great job by Judge in right field with the nice error the other day with the ball getting through his legs. Like, it's the same shit, different day with this team. And Aaron Judge has no clutch bone in his body. I don't care how many freaking home runs he hits in the regular season. This is why there was kind of like that, maybe do we let Judge walk type of deal for me? Because, like, great, we're going to pay another guy that's not going to be able to survive at the end of this contract. He's going to have to be a DH, and we're going to have a few of those on this roster already with who we're paying. It's like, this is – and the big one. He can't perform in the big spots. Cannot. Outside of the Guardians series with the home run off the closer that would just spiral and blown up and self-imploding. By the way, he might have been gambling on himself anyway. Who knows at this rate? Might have been just giving meatballs for Judge. Enough of my rant. This team sucks. I could really give a rat's ass about it. I can't wait. You know, at this rate, just let it be over. Just let it be over. Where's yours to talk about the Yankees and the Phillies?
I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised they got through the Boston series because the way Crochet and Cora totally outmanaged Boone, it was quite shocking to see how Cora got outmanaged in the next two games by Baboon. That was, shocking in itself. I mean, Judge, of course, does nothing once again. You bring up Weaver, and I don't need analytics to see this. I'm sure there's a stat out there. I honestly don't know. But ever since Weaver's been taken out of the closer role, way back when with Williams, and it started in the eighth inning, but he fixed the eighth inning. Every time he comes in the seventh inning, he gets bombed. And it's just about every seventh inning. I noticed some stat geek's got a stat out there, but I'd love to see his ERA in the seventh inning. I don't understand why he keeps bringing him in the seventh inning. If I could see that, you would think a stat nut like Baboon would be able to see that. But no, because Baboon's got to go by his stupid little book and gotta do this and gotta do this. And by the way, credit Gibbons, the manager on Toronto there, for running on Judge's arm. You don't see that very often. They said, you know what? He's got a John Mayer noodle arm
That
out.
should be baseball in general. I hate it. How many times the Yankees don't make growing up playing baseball? I'm telling you, postseason baseball, it's all about growing up. Put the ball in play in big at bats.
Yep.
Make guys make plays.
All they want to do is hit home runs.
Put the brakes. Don't send them. Don't send them. I was growing up on the age. Fuck it. Let's be aggressive. Make this asshole make a throw. Make him make the throw.
Yep.
Yet, hold him. Hold him up. Hold him up. It's ridiculous.
And we'll diverge into Philly. Speaking of choke artist, Kyle Schwarber, where the hell have you been? I mean, my God, can you make at least some kind of contact instead of foul tipping the ball into a mitt in a big moment? Come on, Mr. MVP. I've heard MVP chants all year, and now you've done nothing against the Dodgers. And I have to credit Dave Roberts as much as it pains me. Oh, my God, I can't stand Roberts, but he actually used his head and brought in his starting pitchers as relief pitchers because the Dodgers' pen has been absolutely atrocious. Made Sasaki the closer. So as much as I like to kill him, I got to throw him, a bouquet of roses on this one. He did a very nice job. I'm sure somebody probably told him to do it because Roberts can't think for himself as much as he thinks to. But whoever thought of that plan, that was well done by the Dodgers. So they got a nice bullpen now. When you're bringing in Glass now, on your throw day, and, Sasaki is your closer, Phillies are going to have a tough time. I mean, unfortunately, they're not going to win another postseason game. They're starting to become the Brewers, as, what the Brewers have been the past few years. Brewers look like they're going to finally win a series because they're playing the god-awful Cubs. But, I mean, I'm going to stay with my prediction. I said Seattle and Milwaukee for the World Series. I got to stay with it, but the Dodgers look like they're going to go back, unfortunately, which I hope not because they're going to sweep Seattle. I'm hoping to see a good World Series. Yes, Thompson is as good as gone, Ray Trimble. You're not going to trade Harper. No one's going to take that contract. He's on the backside of his career now. The Sixers, we'll talk about them in a couple of weeks. We'll talk about your Flyers because the NHL starts tonight. Let's segue into a little hockey real quick. The Islanders are going to win the cup, baby. No, obviously they're not. They're a young team. They're going to be fun to watch finally. Patrick Waugh is going to have them flying up and down the ice. They're going to be hitting people. The Flyers, they still have Swiss cheese as a goalie. Maybe they could put Kenneth Grant as their goalie because the way he got pushed around on Sunday by Carolina, your Michigan boy there. Oh, my God, I'll get into that in a minute. But the Rangers, they should make the playoffs. I'm hoping the Islanders get in as a wild card. Tampa should win the division. Florida will probably get in as a wild card. They're going to lose Barkov and to Chuck for most of the beginning of the season. He probably won't be back until January, but I still expect them to get in as a wild card. And as long as Florida's healthy toward the end of the year, they're going to repeat again. You may see a third cup out of them. You're going to see Canada choke once again because Canada sucks. Seinhart, he says, it's terrible. It's terrible. Flyers, I think they're going to be a little more exciting this year. The Devils are still going to be the same old boring-ass team. They'll have, what's his name back? Who's your starter got hurt last year? What's his name?
Jack Hughes.
Jack Hughes. Hughes will be back. They're going to be decent. There's not that push there for Jersey. They'll grind out. They'll beat the bad teams. I see Columbus coming up a little more. I see Washington coming down a little bit. I think that whole Ovechkin thing finally comes to a crashing halt. You got Tampa, Montreal. Yeah, they're decent. They got some good young talent. Although we traded them a very good defenseman, so they'll probably make the playoffs. In the West, you got Vegas, you got LA, you got Edmonton. They're the mainstays. The Wild, they're a very good team. They should be there toward the end. Winnipeg's always solid. It depends on if the goalie can make a big save in a big spot. Something Chuck, I forget his name, but he's another one that plays Swiss cheese when the going gets tough. But I expect an exciting year for the NHL. Do you have anything to add for hockey? That starts at 5 p.m. tonight. Why, I don't know.
Let's go Devils. That's all I got for you.
All righty then.
We'll work our way to the NFL. Beat the Genius update. We have a new leader. That is Mike Bauer, who is now 8-7 It's been a horrible season for picks, by the way.
It has been. Thank God I'm not betting this year. Oh my God!
I actually hit a nice parlay on Sunday. Actually,
did you?
Yeah, won $275.
Would you make a $5 bet?
Yep, $5 parlay.
Too bad it wasn't a $20 bet.
Maybe I'll do that after I collect $100 from you. Maybe I'll
okay.
Let's reinvest Phil's.
I can't play low 5. Oh my God. I don't play Kelsey this week, and I would have won if I played him. Jesus, luck.
I'm great. I'm on a heater. That's 3-2 for me. That's back-to-back weeks of the highest scoring. Thank you. That's what happens.
And
by the way, without Bucky Irving, I still don't know who my receivers are. But don't worry, Stephon Diggs is starting to make a presence.
I know. Boy, your
league is toast. If I can have some receivers.
I'm done in that league. Thank God I got Tyler's league. I'm dominating.
If I can figure out receivers in this league, you all are toast. Oh, it's fantastic.
I got Jefferson to trade.
Back to beat the genius. So my father was 1-8 going into last week. He missed 2 weeks of picks. Don't worry, big week from him. 5-10. Nice.
Yeah, good for you, Dave.
Nice little bounce back for my father. Still no picks from Karen Warren, who's fallen off a cliff because he sucks.
I thought he put his picks in last week.
I saw nothing. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what Karen Warren's doing. Tyler Granado is still 0-3. He's yet to pick again, that bum. So rightfully so, 0-3. Just like a shitty fantasy team. I think he only has.
He's terrible.
That jackass. Phil, you are 7-8. Alex is 4-5. I still have to get his picks from 2 weeks ago. I got to do it right after the show, so I don't forget. Because then it's going to be like 4 weeks. I'm like, hey, what week was it that he decided to text me the extra games? So I have no idea. So he's 4-5 outside of the 3 games that he's missing. So hopefully for his sake, he maybe was positive. Because this season, it's been a shit show on picks. This has been horrible. 5-10, yours truly. And Ray is 7-8 as well. So Mike Bauer is the only guy positive. It has been a shit show. We'll quickly buzz through some of the games, and we'll get into Beat the Genius. You got places to go. Thursday Night Football, 26-23, Rams lose. Mac Jones, the same thing as Brock Purdy, but for quadruple the price less. Actually, gamer, by the way. He was banged up in that game and played through it. So shout out Mac Jones. AC unit we go. Dallas Cowboys urinate on the New York Jets. The Jets are just horrible.
And shame on Dallas for letting the Jets have a big fourth quarter, having Justin Fields beat me. Oh, that was a disgrace.
Yeah, their defense isn't that good, Dallas. But I love George Pickens as he won my final leg and my touchdown parlay. So,
by the way, Jerry Jones fined $250,000 today for flipping the bird to the Jet fans.
That's great.
Money well spent as far as I'm concerned.
That's great. Vikings win in London. Cleveland just knows how to lose. Dylan Gabriel played okay. Not too bad for his first ever.
I thought he played great against the Brian Flores defense.
Flores defense is good. I know you don't like Brian Flores. I bet you wish you had Brian Flores back over Mr. Nerd Mike McDaniel.
No.
I would take Brian Flores over Mike McDaniel in a heartbeat. So Texans urinate on the Ravens. I know we had some sorry sacks of crap pick the Ravens in the picks last week to cover. Don't worry. They weren't even close to covering, folks. No. They got pissed on by the Texans. Giants lose a terrible game, by the way. The Giants actually played better than the Saints. 5 turnovers. You cannot win a football game in this league.
No, too many turnovers.
Not going to happen. They lose 26-14. Broncos with the shock of the week, I believe. They win in the link 21-17. I think this is a little bit of a wake-up call for Philly in this one. They lose the game. A.J. Brown's still an emotional receiver. Devontae Smith has a solid game. Thoughts on this one? I don't know if you want me to just keep buzzing through scores.
No. I'd like to give some comments on this game, especially because this was a hell of a game. I've been, dumping on Bo Nix all year. He had a hell of a game against one of the top defenses in the NFL. So I got to give Nix his due on this game. He made some precision passing, especially in the fourth quarter. He made some really nice tight window throws. I mean, the Eagles secondary, they missed Darius Slay. I hate to say it. They need him back. It was a very good performance. It was a great win by Sean Payton. Look, the Eagles weren't going to go undefeated. We know that. You hate to see them lose at home to the Broncos, but you know that they're very angry right now, and they're going to take it out on the Giants' asses on Thursday night. So I feel bad for Giant fans because they're going to get, slaughtered to the lambs on this one. But it was a nice win for Denver. More importantly, it was a very nice win. You might say the coming out party, so to speak, for Mr. Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix had a nice game. We head to Indianapolis, where Indy continues to prove that I think they're a legit team, and that the Raiders should have. And the Raiders, you could say that they played well against the LA Rams. I think
they lost.
Great, and they should have won if Mitchell decides not to showboat and for the 80th millionth time. I think guys got to start getting cut. So it's like beating guys' heads to not around with the ball. But I think the Colts are a legit team. I think Geno Smith should have never gotten paid by the Raiders. I also think what's his name should have stayed retired. Pete Carroll should have stayed retired because this has been a nightmare. And this also proves why you don't draft the damn running back in the first round for the 1 millionth time for these damn franchises. Stop drafting running backs in the top 10 unless you end up with someone else's pick and you draft someone. Like if you're like Buffalo and you end up trading with somebody, get the first round pick and end up magically in the top 5. You do not take a running back. It doesn't work. Stop doing it if you're a dump like the Raiders. A running back does nothing. You jack
the offensive line.
God, they're terrible. Anyway, Jonathan Taylor, my GOAT. We continue on, Jonathan Taylor. We had to Miami, Carolina here. I know Ryan Robinson was really excited. He's nowhere to be found. I know he's waiting to rub it in your ass as a Panthers fan this week, but he is nowhere to be found.
How the hell with him?
Shocker. Damn Carolina Panther fans, always late to the party. They win 27-24 over your Miami Dolphins. I was watching this game. The in-laws came to my parents. It was nice all afternoon. Felt bad for the Dolphins, clearly, as they're all Fins fans. What were they doing in the third quarter? Like, you're going to clearly give more insight as a Dolphins fan. They were so casual in the third quarter. It's like they thought they were just going to easily win this game. And I knew Carolina was kind of crawling back into the game. It's like McDaniel was like, yeah, we're going to hand it off. We're good. We're fine. Fight safe. And then butting them in the ass.
But you forget the almighty bubble screens that he had to go to. It's so pathetic. You could actually see Carolina waiting for these bubble screens. And then after the game, I listened to post game on both sides. I'm listening to Carolina defender, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we knew they were coming. Miami throws those at least 4 or 5 times a game. So what we did is we play outside in, and that's how we get around all those bubble screens. They try to throw it, those short little dump passes. We're ready for them." And that just goes to show that Mr. Mike McDaniel cannot do any halftime adjustments, like I've been saying for a couple of years. Just like his predecessor, the other jerk-off that you love so much, Brian Flores, another one who could not make halftime adjustments. They are too passive. They rest on these laurels that they don't have. They had this one good game last week against the god-awful Jets, and they think, oh, okay, we're back. No, you still suck. You're still terrible. Why McDaniel and Greer still there, I don't know. It just shows Ross does not want to win. Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, does not give a damn. If he did, he would have fired these 2 ass clowns last year, let alone waste this year already. The only good thing I have to say about the Miami Dolphins is that we get to pop the champagne. We are still the best team ever, undefeated, 17-0. There are no more unbeaten teams this year. At least I have that going for me as a Dolphin fan. Pass that on to the beautiful Christina. Give her some good news because there's no good news for Miami fans right now. Get John Gruden in here, please. Get him in. My God, get him in and fix this team. Jesus H. You may continue.
Thank you, Phil. Cardinals lose to the terrible Titans. What a cartoonish play that was. The fumble recovery for Tyler Lockett in the end zone. Interception, fumble, cartoon kick around, results in the ball in the end zone. Tyler Lockett jumps on it. Touchdown Titans. Kyler Murray sucks.
I am so sick by this game because guess who took Arizona in their suicide pool? And guess who? Oh, imagine losing that way, the way I did. When DeMarico fumbled that ball, I should have called you and said, do me a favor, bet $50 on Tennessee to win. because I had this uneasy, sickening feeling that was going to happen. I would have got my money back because I think it was like minus 600 at that point.
Well, I had no idea who the hell you were talking about. If you were to call me and say that, it's Amari DiMercado. I don't know.
Whatever.
So I have no idea who
the bum is what he is. Because he cost me my goddamn suicide pick. That piece of shit.
You buying back in, Phil? Is it one of those you got buy back in another life?
No. And I went for, I did decent. I planned accordingly. I had all these picks for the next few weeks set up. Let's get Arizona out of the way now. They're at home. They're against a terrible team. And then when Sly missed the extra kick, I said, nah, it ain't going to matter. They're still going to win this game. And I mean, you could just see the drama unfold. You just had this sickening pit in your stomach. I was like, I knew this was going to happen.
Man, you suck this year, huh? Suck in fantasy, suicide picture, terrible. Go figure.
I'm destroying everyone in Tyler's league.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, Tyler's one win. So I mean, if it's anything like what you two jackasses, I can only imagine how crappy that league is. We head to Cincinnati. Bengals lose at home. They suck. Lions win. The Bengals do trade for Joe Flacco, another bomb quarterback. So go figure.
Now, I know Kenny put his picks in because he loved Cincinnati plus 10.5. So that's a loss. That's at least one loss for Kenny. I remember him bragging about that last week in the chat.
Hold on. Let me check. I didn't see it on YouTube. So
he loved Cincinnati last week. So I'm sure he took a bath on that game. I don't know why.
I didn't see his name in the comment section.
Yeah, no, he was in there. You even called him Karen a couple times. We did. Yeah, I remember him betting on that, and I remember laughing at him.
You know what? I actually think I can go back in the comment section from last week's show. I'll do that, and I'll see if.
All right, yeah, do that afterwards.
I will do that after.
As for Joe Flacco being a Bengal, that is going to help him. He had to get the hell out of Cleveland. There's just no talent there right now. He all he has to do is dump the Higgins, dump the Chase. They're going to run. I mean, he's going to get a beating as usual because they have no offensive line, but it's an upgrade from Browning. Browning is just, complete ass.
John Mayer on the mound, as you'd like to say. Commanders win 27-10. Buccaneers.
A nice win for them.
What's up? Yeah, it was a good win for the Commanders. I think a little reality check for the Chargers. That's going to be my hold tomorrow. A little sneak preview for tomorrow's show for the fan. That is my hold for tomorrow. The Chargers. I don't know what the hell they've done the last 2 weeks, but they have not gotten back on the flight to LA. Apparently.
No, and they've lost Hampton now for at least a month. So
yeah, not good.
Chargers are in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the hell is going on with the Chargers. So in Tampa Bay, game of the day. Tampa Bay 38, Seattle 35. Ball skips out. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Sorry, I just can't help myself, Uncle John. Appreciate you. Shout out Justin. Welcome back to the United States of America.
Oh, you ruined my ending. But yes, welcome back, Justin.
I beat you to it. Of course I did, you son of a bitch.
I was going to give him a nice little salute. Welcome home. Welcome home, Justin Mayer.
Yes, shout out Justin. Welcome back to the great United States of America. By the way, Browns. It's so funny seeing the Browns suck ass and just seeing Baker just have the macho and the freaking gamer that he is. Great win for the Buccaneers. Still missing guys and they're winning games. No Bucky Irving. Doesn't matter. Rashad White has a freaking ball every game. Emeka Buka, the next star in the league. Yeah. Chris Godwin working his way back. Mike Evans not there. Don't matter. Baker Mayfield's a quarterback, banged up and all. He's winning.
He's MVP right now.
He's a gamer, man. It's just hilarious that Cleveland. Like that's a guy.
He's my MVP.
That's a guy that fits Cleveland all day. By the way, like that tough blue collar shit talking guy. That's Baker, and they let him walk for a guy that.
Oh, it's a terrible job by Cleveland.
So nice job.
He would have turned them around eventually. He just needed time.
And at least we had two good night games here. Patriots stunned Buffalo in Buffalo. Patriots 23, Buffalo 20. Drake May's the real deal. He's been like quietly having a very good season, and not quiet for me as I've had him in fantasy. I made a deal with shitty Tyler Granado. Thank you for Drake May, you jackass. Hope you're enjoying Kyler Murray's midget ass running around. You freaking goof. Trying to watch my language on here. Can't help myself today. Patriots 23, Bills 20. Stephon Diggs.
Awful loss for Buffalo, by the way. Too bad.
Welcome back to Buffalo, Steph Diggs, as he lit them up.
Yeah, he did.
The Night Football.
Diggs left 2 catches for 8 yards next game.
And rounding up the week, Jaguars. Shout out Justin as a Jaguar fan. Yes. Jaguars shock Kansas City 31-20. I thought that was that would have been I wouldn't have clearly picked that as a suicide pick. But boy, oh boy, I thought that was a lock for a win for Kansas City, especially where they looked last week. Another week of Worthy back, and now they lose 28-31. I cannot figure out the Chiefs. I think the Jaguars' defense is very good. I think that's kind of proved that. I think Trevor did enough yesterday. I wouldn't say he was great. He actually used his legs, which is hello, where's this been? Made a great play to win the game yesterday with that touchdown. Thoughts on the game before we go into Beat the Genius and get your way out of here?
To me, that was one of those changing of the guard games. I think Jacksonville is for real. Their defense has been very good all year. That defensive coordinator, who used to be with the Dolphins, is going to get a job somewhere, and he's going to be good. The Chiefs have gotten old. I think, all these playoff games are finally caught up with them. They need an overhaul on defense. Their linebackers are just very slow to getting to the ball, and you can see it. I mean, when Etienne's getting the ball in the flat, and they take forever to get to him. Travis Hunter, what a hell of a catch he had last night. I don't understand why Jacksonville's just not using him more. I understand you want to, play him on both positions, but my God, when he's in there, call his number for Christ's sake. He made a hell of a catch last night. I do like Jacksonville. I did pick them to win the division. You had Indy. We'll see what happens with this, this division going forward. I think you had Houston. I beg your pardon. But I did take Jacksonville. I did like them this year. I don't, they're going to win that division hands down. Could they get a bye? Possibly. I think they're a number 2 seed right now if the season ends today. I can't believe we're talking about this already. But that's how deep we are into the season already. Jacksonville, they're a nice little team. They're going to go, under the radar for a while because, it's still Jacksonville. But well done, Jaguars. I'm glad Justin went to the game and got to see his team win.
All right, Phil. Time for Beat the Genius. We already gave the standing, so time for picks. I have mine actually already, surprisingly. Floor's yours there as you're ahead of me, so I will let you go first, Phil.
Oh, thank you very much. My first pick this week. I forgot to write down who they're playing. I have Detroit plus 1.5. I know it's a very good game. I think they're playing at Kansas City, right?
Yes, they're plus 2.5.
That's 2.5. All right, I'll take the extra point. I think they're going to win outright. Kansas City is coming off of a short week, flying home. Detroit is a machine right now. The genius did call it. Everyone panicked after their first loss. I said, don't worry, give them a little time. There's still way too much talent on that team. And, of course, the genius is always right. So I'm taking Detroit. Hell, I don't even care about the points. They're going to win that straight up. Next game I'm taking is San Francisco plus 3.5. I believe they're playing Tampa.
2.5.
It's 2.5?
Yes, sir.
All right, I had 3.5.
Sorry,
so I'm going to switch that pick.
You're switching. See, I go off.
So I'm going to switch. Oh, that point means that because Tampa plays in a lot of close games, and I think they win by. I think that half a point is going to mean something there next week. Watch, there's going to be a blowout. Okay. But I think that's the difference between 2.5 and 3.5. So I'm going to take Tampa plus minus 2.5.
I was thinking about this game, then I saw some other ones that just looked easier to me. I do think
I'm a genius. I go after the tough games. That's why.
Yeah, I bet you do.
And then my final game, this is going to be a shocker to everybody. I am taking the Jets plus 7.5 over Denver. Do you have that?
Yes, I do have that.
Okay. Reason being is this is Denver's second week on the East Coast. I don't think they stayed out here. I think they flew home after the Philly game.
They're going to London, by the way, in case you're wondering.
They're what?
London. They're not on the East Coast. They're
this game's in London? Oh, I'm definitely taking the Jets then. I hate big spreads. Never cover in London. I don't know why. It just seems to. And I think the Jets. If the Broncos do get out to a big lead, I think the Jets will backdoor cover. They're not going to win the game. Denver's going to win, but yes. Are they playing on Mexican grass in London?
Brazil. How's the turf in Brazil? Okay, thank God. All right, my picks. I actually like this week's picks. Might be hopefully back-to-back weeks of money for me. That'd be quite nice. I got the Dallas Cowboys minus 3.5. I think Dak, if the Cowboys didn't suck ass, I think Dak would be easily in the MVP conversation, how well he's played. Even losing CeeDee Lamb. Jake Ferguson has been like a revitalized player this season. He's been like disgustingly good. Give me Dallas minus 3.5. Buffalo plays. Who the hell does Buffalo play? They play Monday at Big A's Atlanta Falcons. I think Buffalo got embarrassed at home Sunday. I think they're going to embarrass the living crap out of Big A's Atlanta Falcons. Give me Buffalo minus 4.5 Monday Night Football. I'm kind of worried about this game because of that same ball game of the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I think New England is on a high after that game, but I think New England should have beat the Steelers of Ramondre Stevenson, who fumbled again in that game, by the way. Ramondre Stevenson knows how to hold on to the football. They beat the Steelers, and they'd be 4-1. I think the Patriots are very good. I think Drake May has had a hell of a sophomore season, continuing off his first campaign. Worries me a little bit, but Vrabel's a good coach. I think they keep it going. I think the Saints really just suck ass. Should have lost if it wasn't for the Giants having 5 turnovers. Give me the Patriots going down to New Orleans minus 3.5. That is the Beat the Genius picks. Make sure you get your picks in the comments. Oh, there's Ryan Robinson. There he is. Oh, there he is.
Let me answer Rim Job Ryan's question here. Hey, jerk off. I told you last week that the Dolphins were going to lose this game. It didn't matter. I said Hubbard was going to have a big game at running back, but Hubbard ended up being out, so you had Rico Dowdle. Dowdle still had a big game. You want to know why? Because this jerk to the left of me keeps saying, oh, what a great player Kenneth Grant is. And I said, oh, what a terrible pick that was. Kenneth Grant, and you can see it on X, he gets pushed around like John Mayer pushes Arnie around when Arnie's about to fall down drunk. He got pushed around like the bitch that he is. It was embarrassing. You have to see this video. In fact, I should send it to you. He has gotten manhandled every game. And when Carolina on single coverage, he's getting pushed back 7-8 yards. It's terrible. I mean, it's an absolute terrible pick. I said this from the beginning. The Genius said this from the beginning. You laughed at me. Oh, he's going to be a great player. Blah, 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 blah. He sucks. You suck. And Ryan sucks. Your Carolina Panthers suck as well. Now, before we say sayonara for this week, I definitely have to do Bum and Man of the Week. I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to end the show on a high note.
You must not listen when we do this show, I guess. I guess I'm sitting here talking to the jacket.
Oh, you did it earlier. I forgot. All right. You said you did it earlier. Whatever. McMillan stinks. Stop. I don't want to hear about T-Mac. Bum. I got to get a sip of water for this one.
Neither does Cody. Cody doesn't care either.
So my man of the week is Perry Toll. Do you know who Perry Toll is?
No idea who the hell you're talking about.
Okay. Perry Toll is a 69-year-old truck driver who had to defend himself from my bum of the week, Mark Sanchez, after a parking lot incident in Indianapolis. When news first came out that Sanchez got stabbed, and he was, he's in critical condition. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Mark Sanchez! I hope he's all right." And then the news started coming out little by little, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't believe this. He got stabbed because this guy pepper sprayed Sanchez. Sanchez was drunk to begin with. Typical SoCal scumbag who thinks he's better than everybody. No surprise there. But he was bitching because this guy was doing his job, and he was in Mark Sanchez's parking spot. 69-year-old man working on a Saturday, trying to feed his family. I mean, absolutely disgraceful by Sanchez. Said, hey, you need a hand? No. You don't want to get his fingernails dirty. Bitch said he is. So he starts yelling at the guy. Then he comes and charges him. So Mr. Tool pepper sprays him. But no, that wasn't enough for Marky Mark. No, Jarkov had to get back up and then charge him. So this 69-year-old man had to defend himself. And he stabbed him right in the upper torso. He should have got him in the throat because I can't stand listening to him on Fox Sports. Hopefully Fox fires him. I mean, what an absolute disgrace. Even the Jets can't even get a fight done correctly. He gets beat up by a 69-year-old man. You bum. You may be bum of the year. You stink. The Jets stink. You all suck. Hello, Kenny Warren. The names Sanchez and stabbings tend to go hand in hand. That's right. But fumble it away again, Sanchez. You suck.
You have a man of the week, or just going to call Sanchez a bum and say he should get stabbed in the neck? By the way, I'm going to act like you didn't say that.
Oh, after what he did, and you just missed his neck. I mean, come on. To charge a 69-year-old man after getting pepper sprayed, I mean, come on. That's bad. And he was drunk and he was sloppy, and that was awful.
All right, again, all right. He's a jackass. Stabbed in the neck. Nah, easy there. Easy. Easy. All right, you have a man in the week.
What if that was what if he did that to your dad? What if that was your dad out there working hard, trying to put you through college, and then Mark Sanchez comes up and starts harassing him, starts pushing him around, and he pepper sprays him. But no, that's not enough. You got to come and charge him again. Man's got to defend himself. I totally agree with what Mr. Toole did. I hope he wins his lawsuit. I hope he sues the hell out of Mark Scumbag Sanchez. That was beautiful as far as I'm concerned. Poetic justice. Well done, Mr. Toole.
I agree. We're definitely 1,000,000% getting shut down. Yep, we're done. we are 1,000,000% getting canceled.
I didn't say Mark should die. I said I don't want to hear his voice anymore. That's all.
We're getting shut down. Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of hospitals, I got to get the hell out of here. Till next week.
Thank you, Jimmy Kimmel. We'll be back again next week. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, you're a jackass.